Well, for the first time ever, the Toronto Blue Jays will play a postseason game at the Rogers Centre with the roof peeled back, along with Shi Davidi, Barry Davis, as we get you set for the wild card game. And Shi, John Gibbons has never been immune to criticism, let's say. And when the decision was made to have Marcus Stroman start over Francisco Liriano, despite the fact Liriano has pitched well against the O's, and despite the fact the O's struggle against left-handed pitchers, what is his reasoning as to why he's going with Stroman over Liriano?
Well, it's funny. I just had a chance to talk with John Gibbons, and he was asked about whether or not he's heard about some of the backlash over that decision. He said he hadn't heard about it, and quite frankly, he doesn't care, which is in line. And part of his reasoning there is that there are certain things that teams get to know about their players over the course of time, accomplished over the season, seeing them in the clubhouse. And the Blue Jays have gotten to know Marcus Stroman, obviously, over the past couple of seasons, and they have built a lot of trust in him. And he's earned that trust with the way he's performed. And, you know, John Gibbons was looking at his options in consultation with the coaching staff, in consultation with the front office, in consultation with the analytics department. And they looked at all the different possibilities. But one thing that was key is that Marcus Stroman, they believe, does not shy away in the big game. He likes the moment. He doesn't shrink from the magnitude of the moment. And all those things factored together led them to that decision.
When it comes to John Gibbons and his managerial style, aside from maybe some interleague games where he'd pull off a double switch once in a while, he's pretty set in the way he does things. For a game like this, does he change his style?
No, not really. And one of the points he made is that if you start throwing surprises out at your players, and it's something that this team hasn't done over the course of the season, it's going to catch the players off guard, and they may not be as prepared as they should be to execute that. So you can't just pull something out of the air and say, hey, you know what, let's just bunt the cleanup hitter right now. You know, let's do something that's completely out of character, because that can impact how the play gets executed. So I think what we'll see is John Gibbons really run with the same kind of style that we've seen from him all year. It'll be part feel, part numbers. When they look at different matchups, he's going to trust his key guys. He's going to lean on the guys he believes in most. I think he'll try to ride Marcus Stroman as long as he can. And if he's pitching well into the third time in the batting order, he's going to disregard the general numbers that say, hey, don't use your starter third time through, and he's going to ride Marcus Stroman until he gets a sense that he's no longer being effective. So I think he's going to let the opposition tell them when he needs to make pitching changes. He's going to let what his players are doing determine his changes, and we're not going to see him vary from what he's been like throughout the course of the year.
Does that mean we shouldn't see any surprises when it comes to the Blue Jays starting lineup, or is there anything that would make us raise our eyebrows?
No, it's a lot like what we've seen the past few days. Devin Travis back on top, even against the right-hander. Ezekiel Carrera is going to be in left field at the bottom of the lineup. Jose Bautista is in right field in this one, not at DH. Michael Saunders draws the DH duties. The way John Gibbons put it, he doesn't see a lot of difference between the two defensively right now. So Jose Bautista is used to playing in the field. He likes playing in the field. Makes sense to give him that opportunity. So the Blue Jays are going to run with what got them here over the past couple of days in Boston, and going to see where it takes them.
Well, two very similar teams as far as hitting home runs. It may end up being whoever hits the most balls out of this ballpark is going to win tonight.